Charge out and minimum 2 hours there.
Okay. That's all good, mate.
1, 2, microphone test. We're down here at the Fitzroy Crossing Oval. Testing 1, 2. The handle mic is currently facing towards my mouth, about 10 centimeters away. 1, 2. Hold the button down, turn it on at the bottom.
There, I can't see it.
A bit further.
Yeah.
All good?
Yeah. Just waiting on confirmation. Okay,
Yep.
you're live, good to go?
Yep. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Central Kimberley Footy League, Central Kimberley Footy and Basketball League Round 5 after a break for the rodeo for last week. And we've got a beautiful sunny day, and we've got a very happy Kimberley spirit elite coach who took a team to Perth this week in Rick Kennedy, back to tell us a little bit about what went on in the break since we last spoke to people and had the video going. How are you, Rick?
Yeah, really good. Bit tired. The voice is slowly starting to come back together. But yeah, we went down as Kimberley Spirit down to Perth for the country champs, which was an amazing experience. It was my first time travelling with the Colts team. Last year I went with the 15s development squad. And then this year, put my hand up to be coach, and which was accepted. And I think I had the feeling, what the hell am I getting myself into? Meeting the boys for the first time last Monday as a group was, I guess, one of the challenges the Kimberley faces every year when the group comes together, not knowing each other, coaching staff and support staff. And then to try and work it all together and go compete at the highest level against teams that have trained and been together for a long time is a difficult thing to ask from the boys. But as the week went on, to watch them actually come together, as a team, training and on the field. But one of the special things is actually watching them come together off the field and just developing friendships and memories that they're going to have forever. A lot of first-time things for boys travelling out of their communities and without family is a brave thing we ask of these young men, and to watch them do that over the week was something special, and I'll hold forever.
Now, you've talked briefly about the boys and the challenges they face. How does a man from Melbourne who was a master builder who ends up in the Kimberley, how does he deal with a cultural awareness check, I guess? Like doing that, how did you deal with it yourself? What were the challenges, and what made you?
Well,
feel?
I guess the challenges in itself is not knowing a lot of the boys, and so you're trying to gain respect and rapport with them very quickly, which I've learnt now being up here for 3 years that it takes about 3 years to gain that. So I had to lean on a lot of people that was travelling with me. Hayden Button was one that came with me that I've been...
He's your assistant coach at the Nookenbar Blues that are playing later on today. Yeah?
That's right, and he coached with us through the Kimberley Colts champs here, and to have him there by my side was really good and just really comforting. I think when things were going wrong, I could look at him and he'd just give me a little thumbs up to say, we're doing the right thing. And then we also had Mick Burton from Broome, who's sort of similar to me, but sort of in a Broome model. And then we had Ben DeMayo that come with us from Fremantle, who sort of works in the region. And the best part about that is he knows all the boys, he's watched them all grow, and he knows the footy system. And I think between us all, we did well, and everyone used their strengths. We also had Slade from Halls Creek, Colin from Derby, Trish from Halls Creek, and Casey. I think we had to go with a model where you can't just coach on the field. It was sort of like a 24-hour coaching role. And I think everyone used their strengths in the right way to get the most out of the boys, and I think the boys would agree. But the challenge of, I guess, me being from Melbourne and being in the Kimberley is, I guess I get it wrong sometimes, but the boys respect that, and we can move on pretty quick, and we're all there for the right reasons.
You were telling us this little story about the eating an elephant, but we'll get into that next time we interview, which I thought was a really wonderful thing that you talked about with those boys. They won 2 games and lost 2 games.
Yep.
What was the difference between the beginning and the end of it, as far as in relation to the footy?
I guess the first game was always going to be a challenge because we played the relegated team from last year. So that team had come down from Division 1, and then I think it was their first time in Division 2 for over, a long time, so maybe 8 years. So they're always going to be a strong opponent to play, and we really challenged them, and I think that maybe got them over the line and sort of was not in our favour was that going back to we hadn't played together, so there was a lot of boys playing out of position, and we sort of just didn't get that connection right, and we're trying to, I guess, fix it as the game went on and react to what was happening, but playing at a carnival level, you're only playing 2 20-minute halves, which by the time the game's sort of done, you don't have time.
Yeah.
So we were able to reset the second game. We played West Pilbara in that game, and it was like we just sort of made a few changes, get some boys in some more play positions, and they started to understand how each other, I guess, worked, as well as how they what they asked each other. They sort of just demanded a little bit more, and we got the win off that one, which was a grind right to the end. And then the third game in that afternoon, we had our opportunities, and unfortunately we only lost that one by 2 points. And I think, and knowing that if we had won that game, we would have been in the grand final. I think a lot of boys carried that pressure through the game instead of just playing a game of football. And a couple of boys, I guess, just sort of, dropped their head a little, and they couldn't come back from it. And I think that not being a team before is a hard moment. But we just sort of regrouped after that game and spoke about the importance of preparing for games and doing everything you can, because 2 points is such a small loss to go away from.
Cool. And now so we ended up on the Friday. We played second and third versus fourth.
Yep.
And which was a team we lost to by 4 points or whatever it was on the Friday afternoon, on the Thursday afternoon, and then they came out and were much better. Who are your standout players that acted as leaders and got the team back to a situation where they came back and played so well the next day?
I think as a group they did. So I sort of spoke to them as a full team, and told them about we didn't make the grand final of the championships, but that's just what's written on paper. And then just explained to them, this is our grand final as a team coming together. We're going to play with heart. We're going to really stand up and take this game on, and it's going to mean everything to us as a group. And it doesn't matter what's on the fixture. This is our grand final, and a lot of them really bought into that. One boy in particular, Kai Pendon from Luma, he was a boy I've never met before. We didn't speak many words, but he did a lot of nodding at me, and he just understood that it's sort of he's got to carry this team, and he was just like this Trojan horse that just put him all on his back, and the boys just reacted so well. And then there was some just moments of flair as well that brought it back to a bit of fun, a bit of play. Lyndon Dickens, LD from Fitzroy, he was able to break the ice of the pressure and get the boys laughing. And then between him and Jock Mosquito on the forward line, I was calling it was like Hollywood. Two rock stars out there. And the connection those two made very quickly just brought life to the team.
And they were both going for so you could take the biggest specky I saw on the replay.
They were, and I think that's what you need. You need someone who can drag them, and you need someone who can just make it a bit of fun, and the boys react to that. So it was really good, super proud of them, and I think it's put a bit of fire in a few bellies that they want to go again.
Cool. Now, we better get back to the football today. We've in game 2. We had game 1 this morning, which is just completed, which was the men's game. The Cats, the Kajana Cats, who broke down 20 k's out of town and had to get ferried in, so we didn't start till almost an hour late. Played the Mullaja Lions, and the final score was 13-7 to 5-2. The goal kickers for the Lions, they had a few of them. Ronan Nugget kicked 4. Lyndon Dickens, one of your boys, LD, kicked 3. Lionel Marr kicked 2. Bevan Green kicked a goal, as did Payson McCarthy, Cody Taylor and Trell Leonard. For the Cats, they had Irvin Skinner was the only multiple goal scorer with 2, Clonus Wallaby with 1, and Herwin Laurel with 1. Best players as adjudged by the coaches in that. For the Cats, Nicholas Quiller, Carlin Shovel, Tarlin Munda, Junior Bronson Wongawal and Shane Naguda for the Cats. Interesting seeing Shane's there. He's a veteran of a veteran. He is.
He must be
50 years old. And he did some good things too. For the Lions, none better than Ronan Nugget, who was mostly best on ground with Bo James. Those two challenged each other for that award. Lyndon Dickens for his 3 goals, young Willow Williams, and Winston Shaw, who is fullback for the Lions. Any comments on that game?
I think on that game, yeah, I guess the Cats a bit unfortunate, and it sort of just goes back to what I was saying before. Preparation is everything, and when you can't get to the game on time because the circumstances are breaking down, you sort of haven't got your mindset right. And unfortunately, I think that game was going to. I was excited to see because I knew they were out here to compete. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but they'll come back.
Okay, now the game we've got on at the moment, which hopefully our viewers are seeing, as Irvin Skinner passes in front of us. G'day, Irvin.
Irvin, you can take my seat.
We've got the pink strip now, which is the Kajana Cats, are playing the Blues women, which is the blue and white strip with the pink collar. It looks like the Cats are going...
Mullager.
Oh, sorry. No, it's not Mullager.
It's Mullager versus Blues. Mullager Lions.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
This must be their new jumpers, is it?
No, they haven't got them in time, so this is the CKFL's...
I better get me a bit of paper out that tells me who's playing. We're making the wrong call here.
I'm telling you what's right.
Yeah, Lions versus Blues. You're dead right, Rick. That's what you're there for, is to correct us in what we're doing. So Mullager have got their nice pink uniforms. And these two have been two teams who've really disputed have disputed with each other as to the best women's team in the comp for the last couple of years. You're a bit, you know a little bit about the Blues, having been out there. Any players we should be looking out for?
Anthony Button's a lockdown back. She reads the ball so well, and it'll be interesting to see how she goes. Miranda Skinner in the centre is a lot like her husband Hayden, and they don't stop for no one.
Yeah.
And they've just got this beautiful kick out into space, which is so valuable to the team.
We've been going for a couple of minutes, and the players may or may not be able to see this. That the ball has been in dispute in the middle of the ground. We need to get our cameraman back up here. He's busy chatting down in the front here.
Liam.
We need you filming, mate. As the ball now is being pushed, defended well by the Lions, they're going to push the ball back into the... Yeah. Right, we apologise about the toing and froing at the moment, but we're just getting ourselves all set after a period off. So we're now back into the play as the play actually goes down into the Blues forward line inside their 50. The ball is in dispute. A bit of pressure being put on with heavy bodies being thrown around. Handball inside the pack again. Now the Blues get it, pump the ball forward. Right at the back of the pack, we've got two players now competing with the ball. Blues on the ground, she's trying to get the ball out. The Lions players trying to keep it in there. The umpire hasn't pulled it up yet, but should do soon. Still a big scramble in front of goals. And now the umpire blows the whistle and pulls it up. Looks like Junior Eddie Cox. Oh no, it's Bomb umpiring this game. Tosses the ball in the air, big knock by the Blues forward, nobody's able to get it. Still in the goal square, Lions players surround this ball, trying desperately to keep it out. And it stacks on the mill. And again, the umpire moves in to sort this out. The Blues, nice tap, beautiful tap, over the shoulder, and it looked like number 32, looked like Terry Andan snapped that ball on the left foot through for a goal. So the Blues are first to get on the board with a goal. They're now 1 goal straight, 6-2, and that was a beautiful knockdown by the Blues ruckman. The ball's tossed up in the middle. Blues break free out of the centre. Nice long kick deep into the forward line, into the 50. Blues in front. Nice handball by number 10. Swings it wide. There's going to Emmy Kennedy's having a shot for goal, and I think she's put it through. No, put it through for a point. That was Sharon Mulligan that fed the ball through to Rick's wife, Emmy Kennedy. So the score is 1-1 to at the moment, the Blues. The Lions yet to score. Yeah, 1-1. They got 1 goal, 1. Yeah.
1 goal each?
1
goal, 1 point.
1 goal, 1. It should be 1-1 to nothing, right? Right. Oh, the Blues player, number 23. Miranda Skinner is tackled without the ball. She's going back. She's about 45 metres from goal. She's now looking for a target in the forward line, and she finds a nice pass. This looks like Lucille Mulligan, I think. She drops into a lead, but standing at the back of the pack's the Lions. They miss the ball on the ground. Scooped up by the Blues. Going to be a snap here for goal, but the ball falls to her feet. Pushed out wide by the Lions defender. And again, the stacks on the middle. Well, one-handed handball, which I think they're going to call a throw. The umpires picked that up. And the Lions will get a free kick. Drives the ball out onto this half-back flank. The Lions player controls the ball well. Picks the ball up, has one bounce, streams past the opposition. She's run a long way, but gets the ball into the foot. Nice kick forward, but picks out a Blues player on the wing. She's having a look in the middle of the ground. Picked up nicely by the Blues. Has a careful look down forward, sees a couple of players loose, and hits number 10, which is Sharon Mulligan, who's playing some sort of game. She passes on in short. The Blues players, nobody on the mark. She moves forward now, drives the ball into the forward pocket. Up they go. On attempted mark there by Foynes. She can't pick it up. Now the ball hits the ground. The Lions might have a bit of a problem, but they got lots of pink around the footy. Still bobbling it around in the pack. The umpire surely will pull it up soon. No, he's waiting for the ball to break free. Good handball forward, but I think he might have given it for a throw. So the Blues lining up for their second goal. Liam, you haven't got a pen, have you? And the ball is touched through. She didn't quite make the distance and touched through on the line. So that's 2. It's 1 goal, 2 to the Blues. There's the fullback. Looks to kick it out. Drives the ball along. Number 44 is Estelle Malo, the fullback. Now the Crows, the Lions get the ball 3-1. Gets a foot to the ball. Goes into the feet of the people on the ground. Again, it's being pushed forward.
Score's not working.
It isn't either. Oh well. And the umpire has pulled a free kick out to the Blues here. Looks like Emmy Kennedy. She's about 35 metres out. She's too far away from goal to score. She looks for a lead in the pocket. The players in dispute. Lions pick up the ball, run it towards the boundary line, but it looks like it might be gone out of bounds on that Junger end forward pocket. Oops.
Oh, now it's going too many.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh, just, I don't know. The Lions sneak forward with a handball, but the Blues waiting there. Number 10 gets heavily tackled, Sharon Mulligan. And she's been pinged for holding the ball. Now the Lions break free. One bounce, but doesn't come back to her properly. She's having all sorts of problems picking that ball up on that outside wing. I think the couple of weeks off might have, the girls might have lost the intensity of the game, as the Lions have been, free kick has been pulled out to the Lions. She boots the ball forward 3-1, but the one wins. Mulligan again turns in for a beautiful kick, but unfortunately hits a Lions player on the chest who drops the mark. Ball is on the ground. Number 28 for the Blues. Then Leona Skinner hand that ball out. Number 18 drives in. So number 18 was Ashleigh Walguddy, and she's picked out. Terry Ann Dan, I think this is, lining up for goal. Drops it on the foot and pops it through. So that, I think, is a second goal for... Is that the one?
Yes, yeah, but...
Don't worry about it. Oh, I should give him another goal. Why isn't that?
I think that's it now. So if you just refresh, it should come to, yeah.
Right.
I'm working on deleting those.
Right. We have a few technical issues here at the Fitzroy Rec Centre Oval today. Beautiful day. There was a bit of a easterly breeze earlier today, blowing from the scoreboard side of the ground, but it's now steadied right down. So it's crystal clear sky, and there goes the siren for quarter time. So I believe it's 2-3, the Blues, for the Lions yet to score, and a pretty one-sided quarter there. So we'll have a break for a moment, see if we can fix our technical issues. And we'll see you when we get back in the second quarter. I've got to get that off.
So you have to either take it off or press that little button in, and then the blue lights will turn off, and that'll tell you that. So, yeah, okay.
I'll just get a pen.
No worries. Yeah, there was just a bunch of...
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory, until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So we thought we were going to crash. So
by the Lions, belted forward, but the Blues defence is still standing firm. That was Lucille Mulligan who got that ball out. Number 39, which is Whitney Peters, has a bounce, looks in the middle again. There's a three on one out there, but the Blues get the ball out and fed out nicely to number 10, who was Sharon Mulligan and is doing some good football. Number 11, which is Zena Rose Costain, fighting for the ball on the ground. Oh, nice play by the Lions players. The Lions have a bounce, have a shot for goal. There's a snap, left foot snap, and it looks like a point to Sophie Luchale from the Lions. Can you get me one that works? That one didn't work. As we have the Blues kick out, Sharon Mulligan again. She's having some sort of game. Beautiful drop punt down this inside wing. Leona Skinner looks inside, but again this is marked by the Lions. This is Mystique Melee. She's had a good little passage of play. She looks into the middle of the ground for her teammate, but again the Blues burst out of the pack. That kick it forward. That looks like number 16 is. Don't have that. Looks like Cheyenne McCarthy. Oh, goes down heavily after the kick. The legs were taken out from underneath her. She hasn't moved. Now she's up. That was Janika Skeen that had her legs taken out as the Blues pushed the ball forward into the half-forward line. Luma are playing with a bit more, not Luma, the Lions are playing with a bit more dash. One bounce, two bounce, the ball doesn't come back to, now it does. She can have a third bounce. No, she drives the ball deep to where the numbers are, but the Blues defence stands strong, boots the ball back from where it came. Now the Blues have got a chance. They bring the ball forward. That was a lovely kick. There's open space in front of her. Nice handball to running past by the Blues to that player in the forward pocket. Lions get it. Breaks the ball free. They all go in to get the ball again. Now they're showing a bit more dash. Push the ball forward. That was Celeste Skinner, who had a bit of a hook over her shoulder. The umpire's seen something here and looks like he's going to be giving a kick. Looks like soccering. This is number 28 lining up. So Leona Skinner lining up from the goal for about 10 metres in front. Pops the ball onto her boot, slides off the right of the boot and goes through for a behind. Actually, it might have gone out of bounds. Look, yes, it is out of bounds. It wasn't, but behind. The boundary umpire's about to throw it in. No, it wasn't a point. It was out of bounds. Ball's knocked into the goal square by the Blues. And try and track it through. That looks like Foynes now handing the ball back. Not much movement ahead by the Lions. Out comes the kick out towards this side of the ground. Up they go. Well picked up by the Lions, but unfortunately falls over at the last minute. Tackled. Handball at 26, has a flying shot for goal. Foynes has got the ball in front of her. She might have got a trip, but the umpire calls play on. Number 7 for the Lions. Freya Malo was tackled, ball in dispute, the umpire throws it up. Ball scrabbling around in there again. Lions try to break free, can't do so, still scrabbling around with the ball. The ball's handballed out now by the Blues. Now pushed forward by the Lions. Down the wing, up they go. The umpire calls play on. No mark was taken. The Aspel's out to number 29, using her strength to get through the pack. That was Miranda Skinner, and the ball was fed by Trishelle Laurel, who's having a bit of impact down there. The ball now coming back towards the half-forward flank, all overrun by the Lions player. Picked up by the Lions, sees her player, two players on the wing, she drops the ball. Right, the Blues get the ball, they bang it forward again, but this is young Davies. She's not young Davies, she's quite an experienced player, drives the ball to the middle of the ground. They push the ball towards the centre of the ground. The umpire drops his whistle. The Blues pick the ball up nicely. Push it forward, and looks like going to be a part mark taken there. No skill, but the ball drops to the ground. Has a shot at goal. Ball bouncing, rolling through for a point. I think that was Leona Skinner who kicked that point. As the ball is booted towards the middle of the ground. Lions break through, handball wide. She chases her own footy. That was well done. That was Jaquani James, who played some sort of game last week. But the Blues out there in numbers. They push the ball towards the boundary line. A good competition between the players out there, but the Blues have got the numbers. Number 26, that's Bernice Skinner, drives the ball into the middle of the ground. The intercepted by Foynes. The ball stolen by the Blues, who bangs the ball back. That was Sharon Mulligan again. Now picked up by the Lions. Kicks across the face of goals. The ball is snapped through by the Blues. Just looking for the number, trying to find the number of the player who kicked that. It was unfortunate. Helen Davis had the ball in front of her, but the Blues were actually take the ball away and banged it through for a goal. So that takes them to, I think, to 3-3. Hang on, let's have a look and see what the scoreboard's got with the binoculars. Now I've got a set of binoculars.
Hey guys, we got to jump up here.
So the score is at the moment Mullager Lions 1 point to the Blues 3-4. As the Blues get the free kick in the middle of the ground. That was Zena Rose Costain, banged it forward. There's 2-on-1 out there. The one does a really good job, wins the ball, handballs the ball out. Now the ball comes out, looks like to Benicia Williams. It's in the middle of the ground. Miranda Skinner, I think this takes the mark, kicks the ball deep into the forward line. A nice mark taken out there. By Sharon Mulligan, who sees the ball forward. Again, the ball goes into dispute. Handball back. The Lions have got numbers there. It's fed out. Actually, I think that's by Talisha Pascoe. I think I've been calling the wrong name. But anyway, we'll see as the siren goes for half-time. So the half-time scores at the moment. Is the Blues, the Nookanbar Blues women, Yoongara Women Blues, 3-4-22 to the Mullager Lions, 1.1. We will have a short break for half time and we'll be back to you.
3 goals.
4. Yeah.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory, until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
playing the Lions men. 13 goals, 7. The Lions had quite a strong victory over the Cats, 5 goals, 2. Main goal kickers for the Lions, Ronan Nugget with 4, Lyndon Dickens with 3, Lonnie Marr with 2, and the main goal scorers for the Cats, there was Irvin Skinner he was the only multiple goal scorer, Herwin Laurel and Fernie Bilgen and Quinas Wallaby kicking 1 each. Better players from the Coaches Awards for the Lions, Ronan Nugget, Bo James, Lyndon Dickens, Willow Williams and Winston Shaw. And good players, excuse me, for the Cats, Nicholas Quiller, Carlin Shovel, Tarlin Munda, Junior Bronson Mongawal and Shane Narguda. So that was the game this morning. Coming up this afternoon, apart from the game we've got on now, we've got the Bulldogs playing the Blues in the next game in the men. Then the Cats women are playing the Bulldogs women in the 4th game, and the last game, which should be a beauty, the Crows, the Wonkajonka Crows, playing the Riveroos at around about 5, even though that might be a bit later, that game. But we're only broadcasting the 2 games today. This game now between the Lions women and the Blues women, and the Bulldogs versus the Blues men's game coming up next, as the ball is about to be bounced in the middle of the ground. The score at the moment is 3 goals for the Blues to the Lions 1 point. The umpire is chucking the ball up again in the middle of the ground. Knocks 1 by the Blues. Thomasina Jindra, who's doing a good job in the ruck. She was against Tamara Sherrill, who's also played some really good football in the first half. Big, strong position player, and playing in the ruck and mainly in the centre of the ground. Blues push forward, and a nice mark there, taken by Miranda Skinner. She runs forward, beautiful 45-metre drop punt pass into the 50-metre arc, but it's intercepted by the Lions, and I think the umpires pulled a free kick out to the Lions for holding without the ball. She goes for a long kick down that outer wing, but again marked in defence by Lucia Mulligan. She brings it out here to looks like Miranda Skinner, who's pushed the ball forward. The Lions player keeps that ball in front of her. She gets a bit of a shove from Trishelle Laurel. Number 2 picks that ball up. That's Jamalia Button, and I think they might have picked her for holding the ball. That was bad luck. All right, the Lions bring the ball down the end. As the Blues drive the ball back into defence, into attack. That was 23 for the Blues. That was Miranda Skinner again. She's having lots of impact on this game. Talia Pascoe was involved in that last passage of play. Now the safe mark's taken out here. Just runs around the umpire, has 1 bounce. Looking for a long kick down the ground. Then nicely spotted for number 6, who's Jamelia Bent. Sorry, not Jamelia Bent, that was Benicia Sherrill. She's passed it on to Jaquani James, who looks in the middle. Now they're getting some flow to their play. That was well played forward, but the Blues defence stands beautiful, tall, left foot kick into the middle of the ground. Jaquani James, again, trying to pick up the ball. Lots of pressure on her, can't do so. Blues scramble the ball forward again. The Blues in front, but unfortunately can't mark the ball. There's a bit of a chase on here. The Blues play slips out of that tackle. It's a great play by number 39, which is Whitney Peters. She's had some sort of game as well. She's been defending strongly. And the ball goes back, and here she goes again, having another crack at it. Pumps it into the open space, taking a bit of a breather. She's had one way, then the other, and then one bounce. Streaming down that outside, rubbers the kick a bit, but it's gone about 40 metres, which is good for the Lions. Well picked up, swivels to the left, dribbles the ball forward into the middle, into the forward line between near the light tower on the outer side, and it's I think they've been given a push in the back to the Blues. She swings around, nice left foot kick into the middle of the ground. They line up, Blues in front, but can't mark. Picked up again by Jaquani James. Looks over the top. Helen Davis is in best position. Can't get hold of the ball. Now she's almost got it. Unfortunately falls over, but it's picked up by the Lions. No kick getting away there. And the ball, I think, is going to be thrown up by the umpire. It was bad luck for Helen Davis there. She was in front, just couldn't quite get the hold of the ball. She might have another opportunity now. No, the ball slips out the front. There's plenty of Lions there. There's going to be a snap-on goal here, but it's going across the face of goal. There's a lone Blues player there, but it bounces horribly for her. And it looks like it's gone through for a behind.
Behind for the Blues?
Yeah, behind for the Blues. Right, another point for the Blues. Jaquani James drops that mark, goes back in again for it. If she gets hold of this, the Blues might be in trouble. There's lots of pink around that ball, but the Blue jumpers now starting to come in and pick the ball up on the outside. Nicely scooped up. Push forward one way, then the other. On the left foot and finds her player. Nice mark. She wheels around on the right foot, bangs it towards goal, and there's in front of the Lions, but the Blues get the ball as it bounces out the front of the pack. She puts on the left foot, dribbles it forward. Handballs inside, doesn't hit a target. There's a bit of a chase on between these two girls in the middle of the ground. Oh, nicely picked up. That was by Benita Sherrill. Now the ball slips through to the Blues. Up they go. Jump goes over the top of the players there. And the umpires pulled a free kick there for holding the man. Let's just pump forward. Blues in possession there. That's Jamelia Bent. She's banged the ball forward into that forward pocket. It's bouncing and bouncing towards the boundary line, but the Lions players are in front and it dribbles out of bounds. Oh, the Blues have picked this up, number 6. Oh, kicks into that was a great defence. I think, don't know if she meant that. I think it might have actually hit her in the head. She's feeling the pain of it now as the ball's in dispute about 20 metres away from her. But now the Lions get the ball. They push the ball forward. They've got a chance here if they can pick it up. The pack forms. That player from the Lions has smothered that. I think got the ball in the mouth. She's still looking a bit worse for wear down in the back line. As the ball goes further forward, great big tackle by the Lions, but the Blues keep possession of the footy. Well picked up by the Blues. Bounce towards the middle. Number 14 gets it, handballs it off. That was Talisha Pascoe. But the Blues get the ball back. Numbers are going to win out. No, picked up by the Blues as they swing inside. That's Jamelia Button fighting hard for the ball in there, still going for it. Now there's a tackle put on. Didn't have the ball, but the umpire didn't see it that way. Now he's pulled out a free kick. And that... That's number 28, Leona Skinner. Bangs it towards goal. Looks like Peters again, I think, is who's running that ball out of Kenesha Sherrill, who's running that ball out, but it's been pumped back towards the goal. It's a good shot on goal. I didn't see which number kicked that goal, but it was a good snap. Didn't see what number that was.
That was first Lions goal?
No, that was a Blues goal. I'm not sure. Sorry, I missed that altogether. I was looking at my page when that goal was kicked. So a second goal to the Blues. I think that makes them 5. That makes them. Oh, the scoreboard has got them as 4 goals 4, but I think it should be 5 goals 4. I think to the Lions 2 points. There's a player being held without the ball there, number 26. The Lions don't make it easy for us. There's no number 26 on their list. Again, the Blues resist the attack. Tamara Sherrill grabs the ball, has a bounce, pops it over the top. The ball's down in that forward pocket near the light tower at the river side of the ground. The Lions pick it up, sneak it forward. Helen Davies picks the ball up, but just as she does so, the siren goes. The scoreboard at the moment reading the Blues 4 goals 4, 28 to the Mullaja Lions 2 points, but I think that actually should be 5 goals 4. We'll check that at the 3/4 time break. For those who are watching, they might be seeing this 10-minute quarters being played here at the Oval. The reason being they're trying to catch up time from the first game that didn't start for about almost an hour late due to the Kajana Cats bus breaking down about 20 k's out of town. So there we are for 3/4 time. We'll have a quick drink break and we'll be back to you in the 4th quarter.
So that's supposed to be 5?
I think it is.
Oh, some.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory. Until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
Righto, we're back in business in the last quarter of the Lions playing the Blues, which is at the moment being pretty one-sided as we see the Blues get into attack, and there's a kick on goal by the Blues, and she looks like she has popped it through. I think that was number 39, which would be Celeste Skinner, and if that's the case, that's her third goal. So the scoreboard is apparently right. 5 goals for 34 the Blues to the Mullager Lions, 0 goals to 2 points. The Blues have dominated this game, which is quite surprising because the last time these two played, as Maya Cheryl picks up the ball, has a bounce, gets onto a right foot, I think tackled high, and I believe she's mostly going to get a kick either down the ground or a relayed free kick or brought back. Yeah, Tamara Cheryl. She's looking down the ground. She'll unload. Oh, slews off the outside of the foot, but there's 2 on 1 there. The Blues run across the front of the pack. Oh, she's tackled heavily, and I think she's been given as holding the ball. So no, the tackle was too high. Long high kick by the Lions player into the forward pocket. Up the go. Ball's in dispute on the ground. All tackled heavily. She's over the ball, and now they all pile in. I'd say the umpire's going to ball that up. Ball spills out the back, snapped over the shoulder by the Lions player.
That's Lions goal.
There was a Lions goal. They bring up their first goal of the game. I'm just trying to see the number of the player who kicked that. She's not turning around. So number 44, which is Estelle Malo, gets her first goal. So the score at the moment for the scoreboard, 1 goal to 8. The Mullager Lions trailing the Blues 5 goals for 34 as the Lions go into attack again. There's Declani, Benita Cheryl on the outside, gets the ball inside, tries to have a kick. Now they get the ball again, handballing it around. Number 14, which is Talisha Pascoe, again bumps the ball forward. There's Benicia Williams out there, but it looks like she's been caught holding the ball. That was by Lucille Mulligan. She boots the ball forward. Sees her teammate out in the wing in front of the scoreboard. That was Zena Rose Costain. Pumped the ball forward. They fall over. Ball's picked up by the Lions. Pumped out onto that far wing again. That's young Benicia Williams again. Helen Davis gets the ball. Oh, unfortunately drops the mark, and then the ball falls at her feet and they pile in on top of her. She's had a few chances today, Helen, but hasn't quite been able to just get the last hands on the ball. She wins that, right, not well, down to her player. The ball's being rushed forward and they might have got another goal. No, it's just touched the left-hand goal post and goes through for a point. That makes the score 1 goal 3, Mullager Lions 9 to the Blues 5 goals for 34. The Lions putting a bit more pressure on the Blues in this quarter. The fullback drives the ball in. Blues drop the mark. They pile in. Oh, it goes right over the top of that player. The ball's marked by And that's Sahalia Button. She now drives the ball forward, number 26. Miranda Skinner's playing well in defence, handballs to her player. Now she's tackled off the ball by number 40, so 23 is Miranda Skinner. Will get this free kick. Tamara Shell was strong on her, but she didn't have the footy. She pumps the ball wide out onto this outside wing. Picked up nicely by the girl. She has a bout. Oh, number 5 comes down and really hits her head very heavily on the ground. That she got for holding the ball. Jamelia Bent kicks the ball into the middle of the ground to Thomasina Gendra, who drives the ball forward to a big pack. The Blues pick it up, handball the ball forward nicely. There it goes again, number 10, Sharon Mulligan bounces the ball forward. Good tackle by the Lions. They now pick the ball up, kick the ball forward. This little number 5 is going to have another go. There's a race on out here for the ball. Pressure being put on number 6 by 14. That's Jamelia Bent. 14 was Talia Pascoe. She's fighting hard here, and she's going to, I think, might get a free kick for a push in the back. She runs in. Talia Pascoe runs forward, puts the ball forward. Sees Jaquani James, who's now beaten to it by Sahalia Button. Oh, well smothered. Now there's been a free kick given by the umpire to Millie Banjo, who bumps the ball wide, but it's picked up by Jamelia Bent again. Or not, Anthea Button. Sorry, Anthea Button. Nice kick out into that far wing. Sees a player all by herself. She picks the ball up. That looked like Jamalia Button. Bump off the ball by the Lions player. Under a whole heap of pressure. That was Whitney Peters. Was good defence there by Whitney. They called for a ball up. Celeste Skinner won the ruck knock. It comes down, but the ball goes to the feet of the pack. Oh, most of my pieces of paper go flying here. Bit of a breeze coming, easterly breeze coming in late in the afternoon. Lions beat the ball forward on that outer wing near the scoreboard. Ball kept in front. That's by Millie Banjo. She's had a good last quarter. 3-1 here. Tamara Sherrill bangs the ball forward, but picks out number 36 for the 35, Kiana Costain. He kicks the ball to her players, goes in, picks up the ball again. Oh, good play by the Lions player, but outnumbered. She's being chased down right at the last minute. That would look like Zena Rose Costain. The Blues have got the ball forward now. It's going to be a one-on-one down there. The ball gets out the back. Once it gets out the back, they've got a problem. And I would say that might be Celeste Skinner again. It's a bit hard to see. I'll get the binoculars out and have a look to see if I can see the number, but it looked like Celeste Skinner, who, if that's the case, that's her 4th goal. She's been the main avenue of attack to the Blues. The score being with only about half a minute to go. Blues 6 goals 4-40 to the Mullager Lions, who've had a much better quarter, 1 goal 3-9. The ball's tossed up in the middle of the ground. Oh, no, it was tossed up in the middle of the ground. Oh, big tackle. But too high. Blues look like they're going to have another shot on goal. It's going, and bounce through for a goal. And there goes the siren. So right on the song, a very nice goal right at the end there for the Blues to finish the game off strongly with the last 2 goals of the game. 6 goals for 40 to the Mullager Lions, 1 goal 3. So a strong win there to the Blues. That's full time for this game. The next game coming up is the Bulldogs men playing the Blues men. Both these two teams have had an interesting season. The Blues are towards the top of the ladder, and the Bulldogs started very slowly, but are slowly building, and I think they're in 3rd spot on the ladder at the moment. So that'll be an interesting game. The next game after that this afternoon will be the Kajana Cats women playing the Bulldogs women, and the last game, the Wonkajonka Crows playing the Riveroos, as the players here collect in the middle of the ground to wish themselves well after a pretty good game of footy. Okay, we'll get ourselves prepared for the next game coming up in a short time, and we will see the viewers and the listeners in a little while. So we'll leave you from the Fitzroy Oval at this particular time and be back shortly.
So that's good. Nice work. Nice game.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory, until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
Okay, well, here we are, back again at the Fitzroy Crossing Rec Centre Oval. Central Kimberley Footy and Basketball League, round 5, 2026, and we've got the game of the day for the men in the Nook and Bar Blues, in the all dark blue stripe with the white MBC on the front, and in the Bulldogs, Baylor Bulldogs, in the red, white and blue stripes, waiting for their clash today for round 5. Just to repeat the results from the last round. Game 2 this afternoon, prior to this one. The Lions, 1-3, the Mullagher Lions, 1-3-9, were defeated by the Blues 7-4-48. So a 39-point victory to the Blues. Quite a one-sided game. Even though the Lions did come back a little bit in the last quarter. The goal kickers for the Blues, Celeste Costain and Alicia Walgety, both kicked 2 goals each. Bernice Skinner kicked a goal, as did Miranda Skinner and Sharon Mulligan. And the lone goal kicker for the Mullagher Lions was Estelle Malo. The best players for the Lions, Talia Pascoe, Jaquani James, Benicia Williams, Tamara Sherrill and Whitney Peters were mostly their best 5. And for the Blues, Kiani Costain played an excellent game. Ashleigh Walgety, Miranda Skinner and Sharon Mulligan, both very dominant in their position on the ground, and Lucille Mulligan, who kicked a couple of... no, Lucille didn't kick any goals. Celeste Skinner was the goal kicker, but Lucille Mulligan played, again, some pretty good play in that game. So that was results for the women's round prior to this. Coming up today, we've got this game, which is the third game this afternoon. We've got 2 more happening later today. Women's game coming up after this will be the Kadjina Cats. We'll be playing the Bulldogs women. Unfortunately, we won't be screening that game. We're just doing 2 games today. One that's just gone, and now the Blues and Bulldogs as the 2 games of the day. As the players shake hands in the middle of the ground, the Blues are going to the right of screen to the police station end, which is a beautiful sunny afternoon, about 30 degrees. Ideal for football. The Bulldogs going to the Junjua community end of the ground, or the Geeky Gorge end of the ground, as umpire Smith throws the ball in the air. The ruckmen go to it. Bulldogs get the first clearance into the forward 50. Ball's knocked forward. Blues pick it up, push the handball wide. Chain of handballs going down the ground. Dequane Mick, number 28, who's just been down to Perth, didn't quite get his hands onto that. Number 9 slips through the hands of Lanston Wallaby. Now goes back in to get it. Number 20 breaks through the back again. That's Lawrence Beener. Looks one way, then the other. Gives it out to Barmba on that outside flank on his left foot, but unfortunately picks out a Bulldogs player who bangs it deep into the pocket, and a nice mark taken out there. This looks like Junior Dick. He's a left footer. He's in the correct pocket. He drives it long for goal. Played really well last year, but the mark's marked on the full back line. Comes out here to number 26 for the Blues, which is Carl Youngerbun. There's a play on the number 14 on the left for the Bulldogs. Drives it in, up they go, right, I think the clear. Bulldog swings onto his left foot. This looks like Junior Dig again, falls over, handballs the ball out, and out it goes, out of bounds. deep in the left-hand forward pocket up the Junja end for the Bailey Bulldogs. Ball's thrown in, falls short. They're going to go again. Up they go for the ruck knock. Bulldogs win. Handballs inside by Hayden Smith. Busting through the middle of the pack go the Bulldogs. Number 7 always chased down. Great tackle with pressure on the Blues, and it's pushed through for a minor score. That was Keon Shanley who was bursting through that pack, trying to get it to his foot. Didn't quite get to it. Very dangerous player when he gets the ball. The ball's kicked onto the outside flank. 26 for the Blues. This is Carl Youngerbun. He handballs the ball off. Now he's going to get it back again. Handballs again. They're playing keepies off out there. That's nice, really nice play by Lennox Barber. He finds his player out in that wing. Look down the middle of the ground for a target. Number 23. This is Hayden Button. Looks out into the pocket, sees a player all on his own. And that's marked by the Blues out there. He's lining up. He's about 30 metres out on a slight angle. He wanders in, has a shot for goal. It's sliding away to the right-hand side. They go up. Ball's on in dispute. Well brought out of a defence by the Bulldogs. Pumps the ball into the middle of the ground. There's players everywhere loose. Nicely knocked over the top. Now the Bulldogs get it. Buns beautifully hits his player on the chest. Junior Dick looks inside and a beautiful mark at centre half forward. He pops the ball over the top to another loose player running out this side, which is number 38, Hezekiah Dick. And Hezekiah Dick would be about 25, 30 metres out of goal on about a 45-degree angle. That was good play by the Bulldogs as they pushed that ball through the middle. Hezekiah arcs out to the right. Oh, he toes the ball. Picked up by number 18. He tries to have a shot, but it was a bit of a fresh air. Wallaby's down there. He gets the ball out now to Lennox Barber, who's on again, on his bike again, pushing out onto that far flank. He's looking for his partner in crime, Nashon Narguda, who piles in on top. But the ball spills free. Out it goes again. A little mosquito flea to the Blues halfbacks, pushing the ball around. Barber gets it again, hooks it over his right shoulder. Goes to Orlando Thurkel there, ruckman, who feeds it back. Looked inside. That was a beautiful piece of play. Drops the mark. Now picked up by the Bulldogs. They're going to rebound. Has a bounce. Oh, Scrub is the kick forward. Bounces unkindly, handballs the ball forward. Picked up, snap from the pocket. It's going to dribble in, but it's covered out here by the Blues. Handball to the goal square. Now they're going to clear. Drive the ball out here. Looks like Dequane Mick out here. There was Dequane Mick. He's looking for number 8. He handballs over his shoulder, but good pressure by the Bulldogs. Go back, drags him down after he gets rid of the ball. Nothing happens downtown. Bulldogs in front. They both go in after the ball. Push forward. Dequane Mick gets on at number 42 for the Bulldogs. Is Tyler Brown. He gets the ball out wide. The pressure's right on in the inside 50 in the Bulldogs forward line. Big tackles going on there, and the umpires pulled one out. It looks like Barber again got tackled high. He swings onto that left foot. He's having some sort of quarter. He picks his bloke out over in front of the scoreboard. He looks inboard. This is Austin Watson. He looks out on this flank here. He's looking for number 20, which is Lawrence Beener. He gets beaten to the ball. Now Button handballs outside. Nice running by Brody Yambo. He played a very good game last time we were commentating. He hits number 14, which is Dane Lanigan. He passes the ball in the middle, but it's well intercepted by the big centre half back for the Bulldogs. He looks out to this far wing. It's Tyler Brown. Tyler Brown looks down, passes, up they go. Good disputed mark there, number 20 in front. I think we paid that mark. Dequane Mick, number 28. He passes inboard. to Austin Watson. Austin Watson looks for his target, and this looks like Duran Skinner. Mostly he could be within kicking distance, but he doesn't do that. He kicks to the lead. Nice ball by the Bulldogs from over the back. Shark by number 14, but it's not going to come back. Dane Lanigan, a dangerous player when he gets close enough to goal, but didn't quite hit the target. Then he goes through for a point. So the scores at the 7-minute mark. The Bulldogs 1 point, and the Blues 1 point. So 1 point each after 7 minutes of play in the first quarter here down at the Fitzroy Rec Centre Oval. Bulldogs bring the ball back into play. Oh, his player at half-back drops the mark, goes back in for a second opportunity. Number 34 for his Keenan Button. He swings the ball back towards goal. No, does it bounce? No, it hasn't bounced back. Everybody thought it was going to bounce through. Bulldogs now get the ball. Turns onto his left. Pushes it down the middle. The mark's dropped by the other Bulldogs player now that's out the back. Can they get the ball down to their end? The pressure is right on. Well picked up by the Bulldogs. Up in the air, not 15, so play on. That was Asman Jr. Costain. Swings it forward, but has been pushed. I think he's been dropped after he got rid of the ball. I think that was Asman Costain that was given the free kick. He was pushed in the back, and I think it's down ground. And this is Genghis Bedford, one of the Colts boys who went to Perth. He's lining up from about 10 metres out, and I think he has put it through for a point. That was a costly miss. So 2 points to the Bulldogs. 2 points to the Blues, a point to the Bulldogs. Ball's kicked out, picks out a target on the 50. He's looking further for it out on the wing. They've got a player running loose out there. Beautifully hit him in front. Nice kick down the flank to a leading player, and he nearly holds on to the mark. I think that might be Junior Dick. He does. He will. Oh no, it's not Junior Dick. He said tried to hit a target in the middle of the ground. He's put Dequane Mick now gets onto the ball. He put his player under pressure. He drops the mark. Now he's tackling, and I reckon he's gone. So it was Eduardo Skinner. He didn't make the right decision there. Didn't realise the Baylor Bulldogs player was right behind him. Up they go here, number 14 for the Bulldogs. But Orlando Thurkel gets hold of the ball, punts it beautifully, picks out his target, finds his captain. I think number 34, Keenan Button. Keenan then pushes the ball into the forward pocket, and that's marked down right deep in that forward pocket by Lucas Mulligan. Now Lucas would be about 15 metres out on about a 45-degree angle down at the police station end in this beautiful sunny afternoon down at the Fitzroy Rec Centre Oval. Big crowd in watching today's footy as he ambles in. Oh, he's pulled it right across the face of goal, but there's another Blues player out there on the boundary line, and I think it's either out of bounds or there's been a mark paid. Now he has a snapshot for goal and hits the post. Oh, the Blues player rushed that. And the siren has gone for quarter time. The quarter time scores. Blues, 0 goals, 3 points. The Nookanbar Blues. The Baylor Bulldogs, 0 goals, 1 point. Now we're only playing 10-minute quarters at the moment because they're trying to catch up time for later on this afternoon, because we've got another 2 games happening down at the venue this afternoon. So just repeating those quarter time scores. Bulldogs 1 point to the Nookanbar Blues 3 points. Mike's off.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory, until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
Here we go again. Second quarter. Blues versus Bulldogs. Blues break it out of the middle. Hayden Button. Big, strong, best and fairest from the association winner last year. Couldn't pick it up. Ball's in dispute at the top of the 50-metre mark. Nice handball by 15 for the Blues. Forward, but intercepted by the number 28 for Peter Smith, who gets it out. Now gets it out to Mackay Surprise. He pushes it forward. Blues intercept. Up in the air. Up they go. Number 18 can't take the mark. Nicely fed out by Austin Watson. Now he's got the Hayden Button on his left foot. Pops it forward. Bulldogs in front. Oh, big, heavy contact from behind by Eduardo Skinner. It was lucky not to give away a free kick there. Straight into the back, but the umpire didn't pick it up. Ball's tossed high in the air. Blues get hold of it. Skinner over his left shoulder. He kicked 7 goals last week. And here's the coach of the Kimberley Spirit team. He's going to be celebrating in a moment, or he hopes to be celebrating, about 10 metres out. Rick Kennedy. He was involved in one of the great goal to Rick. He was in the right place at the right time. And the Blues get the first goal of the match. So the score, Blues 1-3-9 to the Bulldogs 1 point. Rick, who hurt his leg last time 2 weeks ago before he went to Perth for the Colts Championships in Perth. But he seems to have recovered from that. His calf muscle is feeling good now that he's kicked a goal. Be very happy with that. Ball's tossed in the middle. Up they go. Big Orlando Thurkel gets the knock forward. 2 Bulldogs to 1 Blues. That was number 11. It was Lucas. The Bulldogs burst through the front of the pack. The little mosquito feet. Kennedy knocks the ball over, tries to knock it forward again. The Bulldogs go in hard. They're putting a lot of pressure around the pack. And there's been a free kick pulled out to the Bulldogs. And he drives the ball forward, over the back, and the nice mark taken by the Blues. He sees a player loose on that far side. Looks like Junior Asmund Costain. Actually, he might have been Genghis Bedford, actually. He finds Rick Kennedy out in that, near the white tree on the far side, looks inboard. And he finds number 22, Austin Watson. Austin's having quite a good game. He's bursting for the goal. He's aiming him up. And I think he might have drifted off to the right-hand side. So scores. 1 goal 3. No, 1 goal 4, the Blues. Bulldogs 1 point. Ball's brought to this side of the ground. Junior gets the ball on his left foot. Hits a player in the middle of the ground running through. Oh, he gets a bit of a whack under the ear hole for his pleasure. Number 34 was Dequane Shanley. He didn't react as the Bulldogs still keep the ball under control, but then the Blues get the ball back, push it wide. They got runners on the outside. Kennedy lines up again, waiting for the run and pass, does so. Excuse me, and he hits his player, number 5, Genghis Bedford. About 50 metres out. He reckons he can kick this. He sees the lead. Well, plays on. Outside of the right foot. Kicks a goal. So the Blues get their second goal of the game. I've got a sneaking suspicion this is Keenan Button. He hasn't turned around yet to see his number. He's having a well-deserved drink of water.
Second goal for the Blues.
Second goal for the Blues, yes. As he's wandering back. That was Keenan Button who got that goal. Austin Watson playing some good footy in the middle of the ground. Bursts, handball off, then gets the ball back again. Oh, great fly from the back, but unrealistic by number 42. That was Tyler Brown. Launched, but unfortunately the ball just escaped his hands and he's been given for unrealistic attempt. And now it's the free kick is going to Skinner. Eduardo Skinner, veteran of this Baylor Bulldog, of the Blues team, and he just pops it through for the third goal for the Nookenbar Blues. So Kennedy's got one, Skinner's got one, and Keenan Button has got one. Eduardo Skinner. The scoreboard reads 3 goals for the Blues, 1 point the Bulldogs. As the ball goes up, the Blues burst out the front of it again. They're having a bit of a picnic in the middle of the ground. Their captain just bursts out of the middle, palms off, and he gets a huge tackle. But he then fends off, ball gets given, number 13 handballs the ball in, but the Bulldogs are there in number. Are they going to get it? No, it's fed back out. Button's got this, he's a little bit good on the left foot, he swings it inboard. Ball has dropped. Now it's a big hook for goal, and from my number 14, he's peeling for the free kick, but he won't get it. Bulldogs break free in the middle of the ground. Runs through one tackle, handballs the ball forward. Button's on the ground, he intercepts that, now it's in dispute. And I think the umpire's going to ball it up. Nice passage of play there. Oh, there's a bit of argy-bargy going on at the back of the pack. Number 11. 22 again. He's having a field day. Is Austin Watson. He's racking up the possession. A beautiful mark out there by, looks like, number 15, Dudley Dick. He boots the ball wide to one of the runners from the Bulldogs. They've got it in front of him. Now he picks it up. He's looking down the rim. Nice pass straight down the throat of his player. He just can't quite get down to his... Oh, there's a bit going on, I think, behind the play here. And the umpire awarded a free kick. And the Bulldogs player, I think, has taken the mark. That's a strong mark with some pretty heavy-duty pressure coming on from behind. As Bulldogs player limps off, who was involved in that bit of a scuffle behind the play. Now there's a hold up in play here. Now he ambles in. He's about 45, 50 metres from goal. It's travelling right to the goal line. Up they go. And the Bulldogs have taken the mark. That's a nice, strong mark. Third in line. He wasn't the biggest player in that pack. That's number 21. That's Junior Dick. And he pops that ball through for the Bulldogs' first goal. And it comes with a minute 43 left of this in this quarter. So 1 goal, 1-7 to the Blues. 3 goals, 4-22. The Central Kimberley Footy and Basketball League like to acknowledge Lidl and Marrawara, the two major sponsors of the Central Kimberley Footy League, who've helped with helping out the league do what it does. We'd also like to thank the Gander organisation with their assistance, the Fitzroy Valley Aboriginal Sporting Association for their assistance in supporting the operations of our league. Ball's tossed in the middle again by umpire Gavin Smith. Hayden Button on the ground trying to get the ball out one way then the other. Number 13 knocks it forward, but it's now well done by number 14 for the Bulldogs. He gets the ball forward, but no one can seem to pick it up, but there's been a free kick given. And it looks like it's going to the Bulldogs. Jahari Dick. He pops for a scrubby old kick, which is intervened by the Blues. Nice play by the Bulldogs. Play showed more determination, but scrubby the kick forward. This looks like Lennox Barber again. He has 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 3 bounces as he runs his way towards the half-forward line. Beautiful kick out to Rick Kennedy. And Kennedy takes the mark just outside the 50, sees a lead coming out and hits Eduardo Skinner full tilt. That'll test his hamstrings, and I think I think he's done a hamstring. Yeah, he was at full tilt and full stretch, I reckon. Now the siren's gone, so he'll be kicking from 45, so we'll see how badly he's affected his hamstring. If he kicks a goal, he might not feel it at all. There he goes, pops and hits it. We'll watch him as he walks off at half-time. It was a beautiful lead and a beautiful kick. But he made him stretch, and he certainly looked like he was hobbling a bit towards the end, holding the back of his leg as the Blues, 4 goals, 4-28 to the Bulldogs, 1 goal, 1-7, and an entertaining second quarter of footy. That last goal, that breakout of defence by Barber, 3 bounces, then finding the tall target in Kennedy on the half-forward flank, who then centred the ball beautifully to Eduardo Skinner, who's the veteran of this team, ex-Davies medal winner, champion footballer, and he's racking up the goals. I think he got 7 in the last game that we played, and I think he's racked up 2 or 3 in this game. Right, half-time. We'll take a half-time break and we'll be back with you shortly.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory, until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
Yep.
That means it's on, doesn't it?
Yep.
We're back again for the third quarter down at the beautiful Fitzroy Oval on a wonderful sunny dry afternoon. The dry season is deep on us, but it gets cool at night. Beautiful during the day. It wouldn't be cold for those people who might be listening down south. It's about 30 degrees at the moment, but it starts getting cool from now on as the shadows of the in the afternoon start to extend across the ground. So the scores at half time. The Blues leading strongly 4-4-28 to the Baylor Bulldogs 1-1-7. As umpire Anthony Ewell chucks the ball in there, it's bobbling around the middle of the ground. Bulldogs handball it foot back to go forward. This Brody Yambo misses the ball. Orlando Thurkel, I think that is, has just tried to get the handball in, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. Bulldogs player drives that forward, a huge leap, but again, hands on the back, number 21. Junior Dick, that's the second unrealistic attempt that he's had. So the Bulldogs have given away the free kick. So this is Brody Yambo. cool, calm and collected in defence. He drives along the wing. Up they go. A nice, strong mark there by Keenan Button. He's a big, strong player, and he puts it out in front. Number 9 for the Blues. That's Lanston Wallaby. It centres the ball. Now it gets the ball forward. Nice running handball received by number 15, which is Roseanne Thurkel. He handballs the ball off. Now it's intercepted by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs leading the chase. Big tackle put on. I reckon the umpires know he's not going to pay a decision. Or the second one, the Blues get tackled without the ball as well. So 2 possibly missed decisions there, but nicely picked up by junior Asmund Costain. Wide on that in that pocket. He looks like he's looking inboard, passes it inboard, and he's found number 25. That's Shane Lee Smiler. Now Shane's is well within distance. He's only about 25-30 metres out. But he's on quite a tight angle. He ambles in. He puts onto the right foot. Away it goes, but going across the face of goal, and it's marked right on the other side of the ground. That's by Eduardo Skinner. He has a snap for goal. You don't let him get within 10 metres of goal with no pressure on you, and he snapped it over his left shoulder for another goal to Skinner. That makes number 3 for him. Yep. That's Blues now skipping away 5-4, 34 to the Bulldogs 1-1-7. Some really good pressure put on in the forward pressure put on down there by the Blues. Bulldogs just fumbled a little as we see the ball chucked up in the middle of the ground again. Junior Dick gets the knockout, and it's as the players pick themselves up off the ground. Actually, we've got somebody who's still down. Looks like Thurkel. No, it's Keenan. It's the captain, Hayden Button. He's throwing himself back in. Gets the ball forward to Thurkel. Now scrubbers the kick out towards that half-forward flank. Well, overrun by the Blues player, so picked up by the Bulldogs. He makes amends by tackling him, and that makes the ball drop short. Now it's out the front again. There's a long handball, but unfortunately he picks out the Blues player. He dummies to the left and puts the ball out onto that half-forward flank. No mark taken. Ball bounces kindly for the Bulldogs player. Nice Shepherd put on. He drives long for goal. Up they go in the goal square, and I reckon this is Skinner again. Let's have a look through the glasses, and I think you'll find, yeah, Eduardo Skinner, he's being a real handful down there in the goals. This will be goal number 4 if he can kick this. And he's drilled it straight through the middle. So number 4 for Eduardo Skinner. Blues. So Blues 5-4 to the Bulldogs 1-1, and the Blues are really piling on the pressure. Well, our scoreboard hasn't caught up with us yet. Yes, it must be 6-4 because he's kicked 4, and the other 2 goals. Only 2 other goal scorers. No, the scoreboard still hasn't registered. At the 5-minute 40-second mark of the quarter, and it goes forward again. Good play out of the middle by the Blues. And this is marked by Genghis Bedford. He is he's a big, powerful boy. He won't have any trouble in converting this if he can get it straight. He ambles in. Puts it on the right boot. Kicks it towards goal. Goal umpire moves a little bit, but he's signaling a goal. So Genghis Bedford gets onto the scoreboard as well. So he's kicked 1 goal. Rick Kennedy kicked a goal. Eduardo got his 4. Keenan Button 1. Meaning that the scores are now 7 goals 4, 46 to 1 goal 1, 7. So Junior Dick and Orlando Thurkel, the 2 ruckmen, eyeing each other off the middle. Up they go, but the ball's been called. Somebody's broken in. It looks like it's going to be a Blues kick again. It's just a warning. So there was a 6-6-6 rule break. So Junior Dick and Orlando Thurkel will go again. Big leap by Junior Dick, pushes the ball forward. Blues are on that side of the tack. Good pressure put on by Hayden Smith on Hayden Button. Ball still bobbling around. Dequane knocks the ball forward. There's a whistle on play, and it looks like it's going to be a Bulldogs free kick. That's Antonio Surprise. Looks in the middle of the ground. Ball's dropped. Handball forward by Naishon Naguda, and he gets handled put down after he got rid of the ball. So it's going to be a relay free kick. The ball only went down, the handball rips down the ground. So he gets the ball. He looks out onto his left, sees a player out. They're all on their own. That's Orlando Thurkel. He's thinking, will I not have a shot for goal? No, he says, no, I won't. I'll pass it off, and I'll hit Genghis Bedford, who's leading beautifully out of full forward. Hits him on the chest, 35 metres out, almost directly in front. The Bulldogs don't seem to have an answer for their two leading forwards the Blues have got. In Genghis Bedford, he lays back into that one, pushes it high, it's gone out to the right. There's disputed right on the goal line, but there's a mark taken down there, and it's our man again, Eduardo Skinner. The Bulldogs backline are having a great deal of problem in containing the marking power of these two guys. And looking into that setting afternoon sun, but he's popped it through for his fifth. So he's hit a purple patch in the season. He kicked 6 the week before last, before we had the break for the Rodeo last weekend. Another goal for the Blues. So the score on the CKFBL scoreboard, 8 goals 4, 52 to 1 goal 1, 7. It's got the some of the sponsors, the Gardner organisation, the Shire of Derby West Kimberley, who support with the ground, keeping the ground in such nice condition. The Lions Club of WA, who would put some money towards this beautiful scoreboard that we've got out there on the riverside of the ground. As now the Bulldogs break forward, one way then the other, picks up the ball, he gets the handball in, but chopped off by number 29 for the Richard Yamalulu for the Bulldogs. He's pushed it to the middle of the ground, but the ball comes back, up goes, it looks like Hayden Smith, I think, but he's immediately set on the ground. No. Yeah. That was Dequane Shanley, he wasn't... Now it's picked up by the Blues. Bump forward. Orlando Thurkel takes the mark. He's looking on this outside runner for a wing for a runner, but it's chopped off by the Bulldogs. He almost plays on. This is number 34. This is Dequan Shanley. He bumps the ball along, sees a player by himself, dropped the mark. Now they've got some problems because the runners are out. He handballs over the top, doesn't quite reach his mark. Now it's picked up by Naishon Naguda. He's very quickly, he sees his partner in crime in Lennox Barber out there. He's running down that outside wing, puts it to the pocket, up they go. The ball's dropped. Now the Bulldogs have got it. Big tackle put on. Running across the face of goal. Well played. As they run the ball out on the rec centre side of the ground, there's a player all by themselves in Jay Quinn Smith. He has to hold the ball up. He pops it high in the air. This is a coach killer if there ever was one. Orlando Thurkel, the tallest player for the Blues guys, sees Austin Watts in the middle of the ground. He looks out here to number 11, which is Lucas Mulligan. He's striding down the ground. He pushes it into Button, who now hits a target about 45 metres out in a 45-degree angle. That was a beautiful pass. He didn't have to move. Darren Button. So Darren is lining up, coming out of the shadows, kicking towards the goals. He angles out to the right, and that's where the ball stayed, but it's swinging back late. Up they go, big leap by number 15 for the Bulldogs. Well, good defence, and there'll be no score as the siren goes for three-quarter time down here at the Fitzroy Oval, and a good game of footy on a beautiful afternoon. Just watching through the binoculars, the boys are just congratulating themselves on a good game, even though that's three-quarter time.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory, until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
Went back to back, beating the Derby Bulldogs, 17-16 to 7-13. In 1996, Wonka community team, which is called the Crows, joined the competition, which made it a 7-team comp. And the Crocs was this is the sort of the heyday for the Fitzroy Crocs, because they were a composite team of just about all of the communities around Bar, Nookumba and Wonkajonka who formed their own teams. So it was interesting, in 1996 the Fitzroy Crocs 23-11, 149 defeated the first team remote community team to play in a grand final, Nookumba Blues 9-4, 58. In 97, it stayed as a 7-team competition, and in 1998, big change. The Yearly Power, which is Yearly is a community about nearly 200 kilometres east of Fitzroy Crossing, joined the competition, as did the Bailey Bulldogs, who are playing in this game today. So they joined in 1998. Derby Saints were still playing in the competition. They were the premiers that year in 98. In 1999, there should be down there at the desk. In 1999, the Yakanara Dockers, which is a community about 100 k's out of town from Fitzroy, won there was the first remote community team to win a grand final in our competition. And that same year, the fairest and best was won by a fantastic footballer called Lincoln Cox, who won two. He was a multiple fairest and best winner. In 1998, the Davies medal, which is that same medal, was won by Malcolm Mora, who was also a multiple winner of the fairest and best. And in 2000, the premiers, Nookumba Blues, won their first grand final. And in 2001, the Junjua Magpies, the Crocs had gone out of the competition and were replaced by the Junjua Magpies, and they won that year in 2001. So you can see there's a pretty big history for the Central Kimberley Footy League. I've got the rest in front of me. I won't bore all the listeners with the rest of the things today, but we've now worked our way back to being a 6-men competition with a 4-team women's comp. After the major problems that were had in 2020, 21, 22, and with COVID, and where the remote communities were in lockdown, because in 1998 that was when the focus shifted from Derby to Fitzroy, and the majority of the teams came out of the Fitzroy Valley, and they were all in lockdown. So the years of COVID, 2 years of COVID, there was no football able to be played, as we couldn't get in or out. And then in 2023, we had the big Fitzroy flood where the big bridge went out, and so all the teams east of Fitzroy couldn't get in, so there was no football played in 2023. So basically in the last 5 years, and this being the 6th, there has only really been 1 or 2 years of footy, and so the competition is now aligning itself and getting back to the sort of competition that we had in those early days. So that's a quick rundown for our listeners. Hopefully you enjoyed that bit of information. If any of you wish to get further information or talk about the Central Kimberley Footy and Basketball League, just contact us. As we get ready for the last quarter of this game, with the Blues leading 8-4, in a big quarter. The Bulldogs had kicked the first goal, but after that the Blues piled on the pressure. So they're sorting themselves out on the ground. They're getting their 6-6-6 rule sorted out. Umpire Gavin Smith in charge of the middle of the ground. He's our umpires coordinator. He brings himself on to umpire in these big games. As he tosses that ball in there, it's number 5 for the Bulldogs in Kavar and Chanley, who's now gone into the ruck, and he got the ruck knock, but it's sharked by the Blues. There's a big race on out there. Dequane Mick wins the race, puts out in front of Bamba, who flicks the handball back. Oh, a big tackle, good pressure from the Baylor Bulldogs. That was the ruckman in Kavar and Chanley. That was some great pressure on the smaller player, which caused the turnover. The Bulldogs look like they're getting another free kick here. This looks like Javis Dick. He passes the ball in, but the ball's intercepted by the Blues. This is Brody Yambo. He handballs to a player running past. He runs a long way, gets the handball forward, handball to Dequane Mick. He goes away one, then the other way, and then flicks it out again to number 9. There's Lanston Wallaby. He bangs the ball into the forward line, well taken. He plays on. He has one bounce. He's caught, slung off the ball, which pulls his kick into the middle of the ground. The Bulldogs are going to lead the race to the ball. He soccers it forward, seeing a player loose in the middle. Goes one way, then the other. Tackle, gets the handball. Good handball. Now the Bulldogs have broken free. Got a bit of space. There's a big lead coming down that wing, but he's overcooked it. But over the back is the Bulldogs. He tries to get away. He's good pressure from the Blues, but he swings for goal. But the pressure was very good, and it goes through the right-hand side for a point to the Bulldogs. So they move to 1-2-8. The Blues 8-4, Good passage of play by the Bulldogs. As the shadows get longer and longer on the western side of the ground, the Blues bring it in. It's marked by can't see who that is down there in the shadows. I can't see his number, but anyway, he's having a look around. Now he kicks it down across the face of goal. Blues have marked the ball. Now he's looking for a runner. Out comes Bamba out on this flank, makes good space on the outside. He's looking to get on that deadly left foot of his. Here he comes. The short lead comes from his mate Nashawn Narguda. These two boys have just been down to Perth together to play footy. Great shepherd by Narguda to allow him the run on. He's running past. He's going to get it. Bamba's going to get it back. No. Lando Thurkel's having a look. Now he decides to pump the ball forward to the lead. 2-1, and now Wilson comes out and takes the mark. Londy Wilson again. He's... sorry, not Londy Wilson. I'm talking about his brother, Eduardo Skinner. He'll tell me off afterwards for saying that, but he plays football very much like him. He was also a champion. So Eduardo's lining out from just beyond 50. He's a beautiful kick of the footy, as we can see. He's lined and he's nailed that, I think. It's gone all the way through, so he's kicked that from about 55 metres. Great goal, Eduardo. He brings up his 6th goal and brings up the Baylor Bulldogs 9th, I believe. Yeah, 9-4, 58. Baylor Bulldogs, 1-8. I'd like to say good day to Londy Wilson, a good friend of mine who's a brilliant footballer over the years for the Central Kimberley Footy League. He's a Davies medal winner of his own. Good Nookumbar Blues player. One of the really decorated players of our competition, and I don't think Eduardo would be actually all that unhappy me comparing the two, because they're both champion footballers. As a forward handball again, Bamba's all over the place. He just handballs again out to Austin Watson, but they're mucking around. They're getting a bit fancy now. Now flicks inside. This gives Barber. He sees a player, but it's not. Missed the target. Bulldogs run the ball out. That was Dudley Dick, and great play. Now, but unfortunately, he's picked out a player in the middle of the ground. He's looking for a lead across this side. This is number 11. Will it get out the back? It does. That was Lucas Mulligan, but it's picked up by Nashawn Naguda. They're not going to catch him, but he's pulled the ball out to the left-hand side. Nashawn and Lennox quite often compete with each other to see who's the quickest of the mosquito fleet of the Blues. A point to the Blues, which takes their score at the 5-minute mark. 9 goals, 5.59 to 1 goal, 2.8. Junior Dick marks it's on that big left foot of his, drives it forward. He's got a player out there, number 18, fumbles the ball, unfortunately. That was Tyrese Shaw. Now the Blues come back, pops it inside. Brody Yambo pushes the ball forward. Well, there's a big collision there. Dane Lanigan, number 14. He's now it's fed out to Lennox, and he tries to kick it on the outside of his foot. Gets it on the inside of his foot, and either it's out of bounds on the full or a point. I think you'll find it's out of bounds on the full. Beautiful play. He scooted across the front of that pack. He's been running everywhere, but wasn't quite able to put it on the outside of the boot and kick the fat side of the footy, and out she went in that pocket. Bulldogs. Righto, we look like we might have had a bit of a mic problem there, thanks to our filming footy technicians. They've spotted it. So we just had a great goal kicked in by Darren Button, which has taken the score to 10 goals 5.65 to the Bulldogs, 1 goal 2.8. Number 10 for the Bulldogs. Javis Dick has got the ball. He looks for another player.
Catch up.
He's lining up from about 55 metres out. I don't think he'll kick this number 3. Lyndon Smith goes right into down to the teeth of the goals, being volleyballed around down there. There's a big pack of players down in the goal square. What's happened here? The umpire's pulled out a free kick to number 38, Hezekiah Dick. So Hezekiah's going to be from about... Oh, he has just snuck it through the left-hand post. So the umpire's reaching for both flags. Yeah, he did sneak it through. So Hezekiah Dick has got a goal. That brings the Baylor Bulldogs to 2 goals, 2-8. The Blues 10 goals, 5-65. As there goes the final siren for the game. So game 3 down here at the Fitzroy Oval. The Baylor Bulldogs 2 goals, 2-14 to the Blues 10 goals, 5-65. So 51-point winners to the Blues in a pretty good game of footy. Which the Blues, I think that will either take them into second spot on the ladder. The Bulldogs, I think, will remain on maybe 5th spot on the ladder. They showed some good form today, but they couldn't quite keep up with some of the nippy players of the Nookumbar Blues. So that's us for today. As far as filming footy goes, big thank you from the filming to the filming footy crew and from filming footy. Big thank you to Tristan's Garden Maintenance for the use of the truck to broadcast this game from. Without Tristan's help, we wouldn't be able to do the filming that we can. So big call out to them. Also a big call out to Lidl and to Marrawara, the chief sponsors of the league, with their support. The Fitzroy Valley Aboriginal Sporting Association, Gandua, and the Shire of Derby West Kimberley, all who contribute to making this beautiful venue what it is, and also things like providing the vehicles and the accommodation and that for the people who are employed, as we watch both teams out in the middle of the oval get together and celebrate a good game of footy. Thank you for listening. We will see you again next week. Just to let you know, next week the games will start around 6. The Roos will play the River Roos will play the Cats, the Kadjina Cats, and we might see if we can get maybe one of those games shifted. The Cats are having some transport problems, but we'll let our people in the valley know that during the week. In the women's game at 12:30 p.m. next week, the Blues play the Cats. The 2 p.m. game, the Blues men play the Lions men, which will be a fantastic game of footy. That'll be the game of the round, undoubtedly, as a first place second. The Bulldogs will play the Lions women at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. we'll have the Crows playing the Bulldogs men, which should also be a good game. Just to finish off today, those who might be out and about around Fitzroy Crossing, you want to come and watch a couple of games of footy. The Cats women will be playing the Bulldogs women today, and the Crows men will be playing the Roos at around about 5:30 p.m. So if you're around, come down and watch the footy. If you're not, we'll see you next week.